that person and finally having a person that truly got my codependency. Whoo, man, I didn't, and again, I didn't know I was codependent. I just thought that, like, finally I found a person that was in love with me as much as I was in love with them, because that's all I could register as, was just like, oh, they love me the same amount now. Okay, great. And honestly, like I said, my codependency was fed to the max. Like, I just was infatuated. I would do anything and everything for this person, vice versa. It was like a mutual exchange. But it gets toxic, you know, like when people have mental illnesses, there is nothing called stable. We are stable being unstable, if that makes sense. That does make sense. So yeah, that's basically what you have to look forward to when you deal with two mental illnesses doing the waltz with each other. And it was just, you know, that is the best thing for a codependent, is to find a person with another mental illness that needs a codependent, because then you guys are always together, always doing the same thing, always, you guys have the same interests, like, just life happens together, and, like, it's amazing. And I am so thankful for that, because I now know what I am, and I now know how to address what I am. I now know signals of what I am. I don't want to be codependent. Like, I want to be independent. Alright guys, I moved locations because it started getting shadowy, and now the light is not overbearing. Alright, my camera decided to, you know, stop randomly. At what point? I don't know. I, like, kind of, like, fast forward through and I realized up on that, like, last part of my relationship, but hopefully this makes sense. I don't know. It might not. So excuse this if it doesn't. But basically, so I found that person that, like, literally just got me. He wanted to be with me as just as much as I wanted to be with him. And it was a codependency's heaven. And whatever he has, it's a heaven for him, because those people love codependence just as much as codependents love them, because his needs are always met, because I'm willing to do anything to keep that person around. And you know, it just goes hand in hand, and that's why I'm, like, such a big stressor on mental illnesses and mental health, because living it and living through it and living with those experiences, and, like, knowing how many more people are out in the world that aren't comfortable with even expressing that they have a mental illness or they need to work on their mental health is alarming, because we work on everything else in the world, you know. You go to the gym, you go to the doctor, your car goes to the mechanic, like, everything gets worked on, but, like, for some reason we're so afraid to work on our brain and our mind and our mental state. It's like, why? We don't come into this earth perfect. Like, you don't have to put on this brave face all the time. Like, we are imperfect, perfect beings, and, like, we really, mental health, I feel like should be a top priority. Like, honestly, mental health should be such a priority. And I just really want to make that aware, and that's what I'm making such a big priority in my life, because I want to live with, or I am living with, a much clearer brain now. I'm able to look at situations not so, oh my god, I'm dying. Now it's like, okay, it's just a day. It's just a bad day, Marissa. It's okay, you know? And not a lot of people are willing to do that for themselves. We still live with that, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And, like, that is the worst feeling. I know some of you watching this video right now know exactly that feeling. Like, when things, like, literally, like, things as a codependent don't ever feel like moderate. It's either the world is fairy tales and butterflies, or it is hell and the world is ending. It's two extremes. And oh man, living like that is just not okay. Living like that is not okay. So back to the subconscious mindset. When you are 0 to 8, or so, okay, so I was in the jealousy. So I am super jealous. I was super jealous. I'm not jealous anymore. I have really been able to work on myself and work on my jealousy. Granted, I have not been in a relationship since any of this, so I don't know. But I just, even with other people, I'm just not envious or jealous or anything anymore, because I am me. I only have me. I can't morph into someone else in this lifetime. I can't wish upon all the gods in the world and come back on earth as a different being. I am this. And that, if that is not enough for a person, then I am not enough for that person, and I move on with my life, and like I just can't have that fear anymore. And I have no reason to have that fear. Like I said, I've never had a circumstance where like any of these boyfriends or anyone of boy situations have ever made me be jealous. I just am jealous. And I really want to go back to why that's just like one reasoning in my subconscious mind now that I know what it does and how it all goes hand in hand to my adult life. So when I was 1, my dad cheated on my mom with one of her very good friends. I didn't know this until I was 14 years old, and now looking back and knowing the subconscious mindset, I was 1 when this happened. My mom, I can almost feel her pain still. You know, like you have to think she was still breastfeeding me. Like if you really want to go into spirituality, like a mom and a daughter have a severe connection, especially at that age. And like I can almost feel her crying. Like I can almost feel that pain. Like I'm getting choked up right now because I can't imagine being 27 years old with your firstborn baby, married, have a house, a beautiful life, and your husband to cheat on you with your friend. Like to this day, like it just boils my blood because that pain, I can feel it and I know it, and I know that's why I have been so like guarded my whole adult life when it comes to dating, because I'm like I could feel it. I can feel that pain in her. It's not like I was ever cheated on, but I was cheated on by my dad. Like my dad gave up on me and my mom for another person, like, and his alcoholism, and like that is like the biggest betrayal. Like I was an infant, I was a baby. How could you leave your baby? Like your infant, your child, like she needs you. Like they need you. My mom needs you. Like she was trying to do the whole stay-at-home mom thing, and like you just left her to where she had to angers me. Humans anger me. Like how humans, and that's what I mean, like I don't understand that. I don't understand that about my father. I don't understand that about that time frame in my life. I don't understand how you do that to people. And it's like really messed with my head as an adult, because now with men, that's like oh my god, like how my own father did that to me. What makes me think other people wouldn't do that to me, you know? And that's where I have to do a lot of work on myself to make sure that I don't manifest that into my future, and make sure that that is not part of my life, which it will not be. I will not accept someone like that into my life. I know that now. But now I'm able to truly work on it and understand that that's why I am jealous, and that's why shadow work and deep diving into like your childhood is so important, because we have no control over the adults we're going to become. Like our parents, that's their job to give us that foundation of that mindset, that mental health. And I was robbed ultimately from all of that. Like ultimately I was robbed. Like I haven't opened up too much about my childhood on this page. I don't know if and when I will. It's just something that I kind of want to ease into, because a lot of people are always very like, oh my god, how are you walking right now, when they hear about my childhood. And I just don't want this to be a boo-hoo page. I want this to be an empowering page. So I don't want that to ever like look like I am looking for that to define me or to get me for people to view my stuff or anything. I want that to be eased in, and I want you guys to almost see the stronger side of me and then show you that vulnerable side of me, so that it kind of like waves, so it's not like, oh my god, poor me, look at me, I just need attention. Like I don't want that. I'm like literally trying to share these stories because I know I'm not the only person that has gone through stuff like this, and I know I'm not the only jealous girl in the world, yada yada yada. So I'm just trying to help you understand that if like obviously if something has never happened to you, like how nothing has literally happened to me, but I am the most jealous human, understand it has nothing to do with you. It's your childhood, and if you just really go back to it, meditate on it, do some shadow work, read through it, breathe through it, and understand that that is not going to happen to you again. That is not part of your story. It gets easier, it gets better. You don't have those like moments every time a girl is in the presence of a boyfriend. So that's a jealousy spiel, but that's honestly, like codependency, it goes with your childhood, and struggling with codependency was honestly one of the hardest. I mean, it's very hard. It's it's very hard. It's an everyday battle being codependent, because all you are in need, in search of, is that person that just wants to be with you at all times. And you have to understand that that's not healthy. You have to understand, basically, when you're codependent, you lacked a lot of love when you were a child. You were not given all the love you obviously needed as a child, and that's why you run to people that you just need like an overabundant amount of love. Like, all you need is love. And again, when I did 5-MeO-DMT, I had this panic attack. And when I had this panic attack, and when like I felt the hands of other people, there was 3 other hands that like I grabbed. Like, I literally grabbed these people in the middle of this, and like, what the hell? Like, why? Like, other people like have fights, they have anger. Me, I just like was grabbing people, and like, all I need is love. Like, I just need love. I was so deprived on love. I just want love. I just like need to give myself love. Like, love just could be the only thing I accept and give, because I lacked so much of it as a child. And like, honestly, like, one of the biggest things I'm excited for in this lifetime is to be a mom. Like, I dream about being a mom one day. Will I be a mom anytime soon? No, because I am not healthy enough to be a mother. I'm not going to bring a child into this earth where I'm running around, you know, being codependent. And I want to be like emotionally stable for that person. And like, but for a codependent, the best thing ever is to be a mom, because you like literally bring this being into earth and they're yours. Like, you're mine. You know, like, that's why, like, honestly, like, dogs, I only understand dogs. Like, that's like the one species on this planet I understand, because my dog, like, he's right now by the door, like, waiting for me to come in, and he's like so angry that he's not out here right next to my feet. And like, that's the kind of love I understand. Like, the fact that he just wants to be where I am at all times, like, praise the Lord, I have him. Because honestly, like, that's the stuff a codependent needs, is like, just love. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I mean, I'm not a serial killer. I'm not like, we're not serial killers, codependents. We're just needing a lot of love. But you can still have that. You can still want that. You can still be a codependent, but just know that you don't have to give up your life for another human. You can still give you your me time. You can still be okay without that person next to your side. And it's just about working through it. And that's like all I'm trying to say. Like, I will not be a codependent my whole entire life. I will get through this. I just want to open up to you guys about like this huge part of my life, because it is something that I am truly working on. And that's like, basically, I mean, if you have watched some of my videos and you know how much I am talking about mental health, this is the big thing I'm talking about, just being overly codependent. And just taking that very seriously, so that I don't continue on the cycle into more of my adult life. And like I said, I'm still a baby. I'm 22. This is like a really early stage in my life. Oh, it's getting dark. No. And it feels good to give a name to what it is. I don't give it too much energy, because it doesn't define me. It's not who I am. It's just something it's just a challenge that I deal with. And every day the challenge gets easier and easier, but I just have to be aware that there is a challenge, and you can't ignore it forever, because that's what I did for a very long time. I knew that there's something off about me. I just didn't know what it was. I just would shove it away. Just shove it. I was just like a dirty closet. I just kept stuffing more and more of those things in there, and like praying the door shuts. And then one day it like literally just wouldn't shut anymore, and then all this stuff came out at me, and I was like, damn, time to work on all this. So, and that's how you have to view mental health. It's like a dirty room. You can ignore it all you want. Like, you can just keep letting that room get dirtier and dirtier and dirtier. Pretty soon it's gonna be so dirtier that you don't even know where to start. It's just easier that one day, that when you know it's super bad and when you know it's super dirty, and you know that there is something, be like, okay, today I'm gonna pick up 10 things. That's it. 10 things. And I will not add anything else to this room. Clear out those 10 things, work on those 10 things, shut the door, wait for the next day. The next day, maybe pick up one thing, maybe work on one thing, and then move on to the next day. But just keep working on it, because then before you know it, the room will be clean. The room will be clean. And then it's just so much easier to start every day with a clean room rather than a room that you just keep destroying more and more and more, because it just gets more intense. It just gets more dramatic, more intense. And like I said, being here this past week now, laying in bed, like being super sick, and now with this injury, my codependency is like, hello. What are you doing? And like, it's just knocking, and I'm like, hello, how are you? I understand today that it's a harder day for us because you are alone. No one's here to take care of you. You feel like if you were in this position, if someone else was in this position, what you would be doing for them. I understand that hurts, Marissa. That understands, but guess what? You get to do that for yourself. You get to do all those things for yourself. So go to the grocery store, or go to CVS, pick up your medicine, get your favorite snacks, watch the TV series that you want to watch, and just have a good day. You are okay. It's okay. It's okay. And then there's the other moments where I'm just like limping around my house, like bawling my eyes out, just like, why am I alone right now? You know, it's just the highs and lows of it. But now it gets easier now that I'm able to recognize what it is, and that's all I'm saying. So don't think that like you're gonna be like this for the rest of your life. You just every day work a little bit more on it, just a little bit more on it, and just let yourself breathe. And that's the craziest cool part about me being friends with this ex of mine that, like I just said, can friends be ex on a previous video. He is the person that, you know, woke up my codependency even more, and he is ultimately the biggest test. I'm at my house right now. I've been at my house all day. I'm alone. I am fine. I'm not, there are moments where I'm like, oh my God, we were just with each other for a few hours and now we're not with each other. But that's the past. Today is a new day. Now, yes, you are able to do that. You are able to be healthy and, you know, breathe. And, yeah, so that's just basically, I mean, I can go into another video about like what exactly codependency is. I just wanted to share with you, like, that is what I deal with. That is what I am dealing with. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to sit here and say I'm a doctor. I'm just sharing with you my experiences. I'm just sharing with you what it's like to live with it, the feelings of it. If you guys want me to do more videos on this one, please let me know. Ask questions. If you are codependent and like express your feelings in the comments below, please, please, please. I love exchanging these stories with people because as a codependent to another codependent, you all know we love talking to people, especially about these things, because you feel very unrelatable to this world. You feel very isolated. You feel very different. And you, it's a scary place at certain times. And I just want you to know that if you truly work on yourself, if you truly just breathe through those emotions and just understand that every day the sun comes up and every day the sun goes down. Every day. You know, it's not going to be dark forever and it's not going to be light forever. Just go with it. And like, that's honestly why I love watching the sunrise, and that's why I'm watching the sun go down right now, because time does go by. And as a codependent, when you are going through those codependent emotions, that day feels like an eternity. You just don't even understand how this day will ever end. You just want to end. My escape route for codependency is sleep. I love to sleep when I'm having those emotional panic attacks. I don't allow myself to feel it because it's just too overbearing. It's like an avalanche of emotions, and I just really start to freak out, so I'll pop like 4 Benadryl. I don't do this anymore, but this was the past. This is how I used to cope with it. I would just take a bunch of Benadryl and just knock out, and then I'd wake up the next day and be like, thank God, it's another day. And then, you know, it hit me again, and I'd be like, and then I take more Benadryl. And it's just a vicious, vicious cycle that I don't want other people to get caught up on. Work through it. Work on it. Understand that there is love wherever you look for it. Just make sure that you are open to love. Allow the universe to know that you're open to healthy, beautiful love. don't sit there and worship it and like panic about it. Like even talking about it right now, I just want the universe to know that like I am not codependent any longer. And if you're spiritual, you know that that's what you have to say in order if you want it. You know, you can't always say what you are because then you are still allowing that into you. But I am not a codependent anymore. I challenge with codependency. There's the correct word, people. Wordy. That's how you have to say it. I am challenged with codependent days, but I am not codependent. It's how you have to start talking to yourself, because honestly, words are everything. Words are everything. So speak to yourself the way you want your reality to be. Speak to it. Don't talk too nasty about yourself, please. And as a codependent, you beat yourself up every day. Crazy. That's my like little spiff of the day. If you liked this video, please leave a big thumbs up. It is much appreciated. And if you enjoyed this, or wait, what? No, Marissa, what are you even saying? Please subscribe to my channel. Please let me know if you like videos like this. I just every day like have this like little like bing. Oh, you should do a video on this today. So I have like no direction anymore, especially with this injury. So I'm just kind of doing all kinds of little talking videos. But right now I'm like really into this motivational stuff because talking to this camera like helps me more, especially like when you guys comment. I'm like, oh, I'm not alone, you know. And as someone that has challenges with codependency, the best feeling in the world is not feeling alone. So it honestly is very therapeutic to like talking to this camera and like tell you guys everything I'm learning and say that you learned from my video too. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like my knowledge is being recycled into this world, and then, you know, it's just like this beautiful thing. Because we need more beautiful mindsets in this world. But I'm going to wrap up this video because this sun is literally about down and I don't want to talk to you guys in the dark. I don't think you'll appreciate that. And it might be a pretty long video, so you know. But anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. I hope you all have a beautiful evening. And yeah, that's me. Bye.